What's going on, everybody? This is Cam Hill here from Miller's RV, and today I'm really excited to show you an all-new rendition of the Winnebago Solis 59P. Alright guys, before we get started, if you haven't seen any of the videos on our other Solises, Winnebago makes a handful of different floor plans in the Solis and a handful of different sizes. They make a Solis Pocket that's only about 17.5 feet, 2 different floor plans in that. We have videos on both. They make the 59P like this, which is only about 19 and some change, and then they make a PX, which is 21 feet. So this is kind of the mid-size, but it has a feature that is really, really comfortable and very unique just to the P. And maybe hopefully it'll come to the other floor plans, but at the moment, it's just on the 59P. Let's check it out. All right guys, so outside the 59P now, on the 2026, there have been some upgrades which I really, really like. In the past, basically your Solis models that weren't the 59PX, your 59P and then your Solis Pocket, which is the 36A or B. Basically, if it wasn't the fully loaded pop top, the chassis had some shortages where it didn't have quite as many convenience features on the steering wheel, or maybe it had a smaller radio. Now this one still does have the smaller radio and cloth seats, but it still has adaptive cruise control. It still has the upgraded headlights, so it's got built-in turn signal or integrated turn signals into the headlights, and also the lights themselves are a lot brighter than what they have been in the past. So I like that they didn't skimp on the safety feature. Integrated turn signals, bright headlights, and adaptive cruise are things that make a difference for everyone. You shouldn't have to buy the nicest package to get those convenience features. So I really like that. I also just like the look of it. Integrated turn signal I think is beautiful. With this, you also have the solid wheels from Ram. These are upgraded as well. You can get the basic, wheel with the hubcap or a wheel simulator. They don't really look very good, and over time, it's gonna fall off. This looks a lot better, and it's gonna stay looking good for a long time. Winnebago also installs this step here, and this is an absolute beast of a step. You can, attach your pet to that. Also, it's just great for hopping in and out, and it's sturdy. I mean, if you take this thing somewhere where maybe you're not supposed to and you hit a rock or something like that, it's gonna hold up and it's not gonna dent the van. Instead, that step's gonna take the brunt, and you're gonna be really glad you had it. We're gonna swing around to the curbside, show you just a couple of things on that before we hop inside and show you this 59P. All right, so we're over on the curbside now. Not too much to show on this. It's a really sleek look. This is a newer color. They started this in 25. Yeah, in 25, I was gonna make sure it wasn't 26, but yeah, beautiful color. Like I said, it's not anything too crazy, just a Solis logo and a really pretty dark gray color here. Right here, you're gonna have your Truma vent. That's gonna be the vent for your water heater and your furnace. Underneath, you're gonna have your gray tank. So it does have a mounted gray tank and a mounted freshwater tank, but for your sewage, you're gonna have the 5-gallon cassette tank here. Very, very simple to dump these. Some folks are kind of scared of them. They've never seen them before, but all in all, really easy. You just open that up, you pull this out, you're able to turn this knob, tilt it, and hit the blue button. Essentially, that is all you do. And we can do a video that's a little bit more in depth of how to operate that. So whenever we do that, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you'll get an update when that video comes out, because that's going to be very educational. To the right of that, or I guess to my left, we have your shore power hookup. Not really too much to explain there. But on the back side of this, because of the different layout inside, which again we're going to get to in just a minute, your rear cargo doors actually look, once you open up, a lot different than what they do on the 59PX or even the Solis Pocket. Let's swing around and check that out. All right guys, so I'm around the rear of the 59P now. So I do want to point out, you have a hitch here. You have 3,500 pounds of tow capacity or a 350-pound tongue weight. So if you wanted to tow a small trailer, you could, or tow like a little kayak trailer, that'd probably be ideal, or put some sort of bike rack back here. That would be perfect also. Opening up the back door. So these doors, again, remember guys, this is a delivery van. So these doors open super wide. But for the way that we're gonna use it, we're gonna keep it like this. And we're gonna keep the other one like this. Now these platforms here, I'll get to these whenever we get inside, but for the moment, look at this storage. This is a lot different than what it is on the other Solis products. So pretty much all the other Solis products, you have a straight, other than the 36B Pocket, you have a straight shot gear garage type of storage. With this, you don't. For some folks that might be worse, for some folks it might be better. It just depends on how you're gonna use it, but I do want to mention that you still get storage back here. So even though the inside's laid out differently than the other Solises, you still get nice storage here. Maybe just not quite as much as what the others have. And actually, I didn't realize that, but there's a little piece of fabric there that kind of like covers it up. You can lift that up and you can have a bigger item just stick through. You can have a 2x4 go through this thing, no problem. But anyway, what I want to show you on the back door is going to be an outdoor shower. So you've got these two rods here that come together, and you have a curtain that comes with this Solis as well, so you can hang your curtain here and then you can shower out the back. I'd probably get like one of those pads so that your feet don't get all muddy. Now that is the, you know, I do want to say you also have a shower inside, but this is an option if you're somewhere really remote and beautiful and you don't want to even miss a minute of it by being stuck inside. Yeah, so let's check out the inside. I think you're going to be really excited. This thing is very comfortable and very convenient. All right guys, so I'm in the 59P now. The front, so you can't really see too much behind me. I'm going to try to block it all out. The front looks really similar to the Solis 59PX. So you still have your two bench seats here, or bucket seats, I don't know the proper terminology for that. This material actually feels different than what it has in years past. It looks similar, but it actually feels a little bit softer. Right above the seats, you're going to have really essentially your base of operations here. You're gonna have your tank heater, so you do have heated tanks on this. You're gonna have your solar controller. This is just a temperature sensor for the Truma system. A propane shutoff valve. Above that, you're gonna have your tank levels, your propane, your battery, and your gray tank. Your cassette toilet doesn't actually have any digital indicators or anything like that, but it does have an indicator on the little tank itself. And then to the left, you're gonna have your Truma system, which is gonna be your water heater, your furnace, and all that good stuff. Now back over to the kitchen area here. You do have two gas burners that double when you fold this glass over as extra countertop space. All in all, for a small van, you actually have really good countertop space because you even have the added pull out here. And sorry, we forgot to clean that part. But you have the added pull out here to add for extra prep space, and it goes in nice and easy like that. Your 12-volt refrigerator below, it does have the tiny little freezer unit in it. But the cool thing about the fridge, although it is small, it's accessible from both the inside of the camper, or if you're standing outside and you're having a barbecue or something like that, you can just reach in, come in here, grab your barbecue sauce, or grab something that's in the fridge without ever actually having to step inside. So that's really nice too. Good storage. You're gonna have utensil storage here, and then underneath you've got good space for a trash can or some pots and pans. You can get kind of creative there. Now, the sink is a deep sink. It is single. Your faucet doesn't have like a little pull down faucet, but the sink is deep and you've got tons of room here to do some of your dishes and smaller stuff like that. Above that, you're gonna have a soap rack or spice rack, 110 plugs here, USB, and a little 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. And then what I love about the Solis, and this is really across the board with your 59P and 59PX, is the live look into your freshwater tank. So your freshwater tank is inside the coach. So although you have the heated tanks on the outside, your freshwater tank is inside. So it's not, you don't have to worry about it freezing. And what's even cooler is you can look at the level and you can tell exactly how much fresh water you have. Like, I mean, it shows you the exact level. It doesn't just say, you know, 1/3 or something there. So I actually really like that a lot. Above storage here, so you got your overhead storage, pretty good size there. We have our manuals in there right now. And then to the right of that, this is actually adjustable, so you can take this out completely, or you can change the level of this storage compartment. So I like that a lot. I'm gonna scoot you guys back a little bit so you can see this area in the back. So you might have just caught a peep of it. What this has is the couch in the back instead of the east to west fold down bed. I really, really like this couch. It's super comfortable to sit in. And also, I think I actually like the bed layout of it. Maybe just because it's a nice fresh change, but I like it a lot. All right guys, so before we jump back to the couch and the bed area, I do want to show you your bathroom. So it is a wet bath, but good size wet bath as far as wet baths goes in this 59P. So you have your cassette toilet. This you can turn to the front or you can turn to the side, so you can make it where it's comfortable for you no matter how long your legs are. And also when you're standing inside of it, even me at 5'11", my head does touch a little bit, so I could, you know, shower with a bent neck, or I could just sit on the toilet, hence the name wet bath. You do have a dry compartment in here for your toilet paper, or even if you want to keep your soap dry, I guess, but really there's a rack here for your soap to keep that stuff up and off of the ground, which is nice. Also, you have a vent for your Truma system in here, so this compartment is heated as well, or this compartment, I say the bathroom. So like if if that wasn't heated on a cold night, I guess you could have the potential of it freezing, but with this, you're not going to have that at all. Yeah, you also do have a clothes hanging rack in here as well, so that will be your clothes hanging space while you're traveling. All right, guys, so I'm sitting back here in the couch area now. So like I mentioned, it is really, really comfortable. If you don't have this, if you haven't seen that, check out our video on the Solis 59PX, or even, I think we might have a video of another configuration of the P where it has the east to west bed. So everything from here up is the same on those, pretty much, but the big difference is going to be back here. So this bed will lay flat, which I'll show you in a minute, but what I really like about it is just the fact that you can travel more people. So if you're going to do more of like, travel and then maybe stay at hotels, or really, honestly, this is perfect. People are just going to stay at campgrounds because you don't have an onboard power source on this 59P. You can order it with lithium batteries. We've done that on one of the Solises before. I believe that's the 36B. So if you want to check out that, on that video, I talked about some of the options and some of the capabilities that you have on the power system. With this, we don't have it. I would love to have an onboard generator. For whatever reason, it doesn't come with it. That's not an option. So the only way to operate your rooftop AC is going to be by being plugged in, either to shore power or a generator or to someone's house, something like that. But it makes the seats really, really comfortable having this couch back here. Also, you have a 3-point seat belt on this side, a 3-point seat belt over here, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe it fell behind, but you have a waist belt to go in the middle as well. So it's very, very comfortable. They have overhead bin storage on both of these. All of the shades in this Solis are all blackout curtains that you can unzip to let in the light, like I have done right here, which I actually really like during the day, and then at night you'll zip it up and it'll be completely blacked out. Now I'm going to show you the bed laid down now. That's whenever those little platforms that are on the back door are really going to come into play. So check us out. All right, guys, so we actually do have a table here as well. You might have been wondering where you would eat if you were to purchase a van like this. So we do have a table that will go in front of your two bucket seats. You can also use it whenever the seats are swiveled as well, the two front seats. Then above your head, you do have the pizza storage here, or pizza oven storage, which I absolutely love. This is great for putting some of those knick-knack items that maybe don't have a perfect spot, like window shades and stuff like that, fit perfectly in the pizza oven storage. So in this dash, as I mentioned outside, there are going to be, really in this whole chassis, there are going to be some upgrades that previously were not standard on the Winnebago 59P because it was more of a basic chassis. Now, yes, you do still have the smaller radio, but the things that you get, you have the upgraded headlights, you have the integrated turn signals, and the adaptive cruise control, which I absolutely love. It just makes driving this thing a pleasure. So having the adaptive cruise is going to help with safety and just overall comfort while driving this vehicle. The steering wheel is a telescoping steering wheel. It does not tilt. That's going to be standard, and that has been for many years on the Ram ProMaster. You have automatic headlights. You can have, I believe this has, no, it doesn't look like it does have automatic wipers. I thought it might. It doesn't have automatic wipers, but it does have a digital display on the dash, which is actually really convenient because you can cycle through so many different options, even to the point where you can customize, oops, I hit the wrong button, where you can customize the bottom displays on this, which I think are really, really cool. So what I mean by that are, at the bottom right now, I have kilometers per hour on the left, and I have time on the right. I can change that to miles, average miles per gallon. I can change it to miles to empty. You can just do a lot of customization and make it how you want, which I think is a big plus. I think nowadays people love customization. Now with your mirrors do fold with the push of a button to make it nice if you're parking in a tighter space, and then they pop out, same thing. Now the cool thing about these mirrors too is not only is the top mirror electric, or motorized rather, the bottom mirror is going to be motorized as well, so you can adjust these mirrors to exactly how you want them each time, and you can change drivers on the fly. Also, you have electric park brake, which is nice. You just pull here and push to release, and then you have the battery boost feature, which I absolutely love. Let's just say if you turn off the engine and you walk directly back here to fix yourself a snack, and you end up, taking a little nap, but you find that, maybe you left the radio on or something like that, and the engine battery went dead, but your house battery is still good. Well, you can use this battery boost button to jump off the engine from the house batteries. I love that. It's a built-in safety feature, and a guy like me, and I know a lot of you folks out there, I need built-in safety feetures. Now, you do have a digital rear view mirror as well. You can turn it to a manual rear view or just like a regular rear view mirror by flipping it down. Digital is flipping up. Now on the controls here, these are all pretty self-explanatory. I do want to mention that you have a 150 watt inverter here that comes from Ram ProMaster, so you can charge your bigger devices. Like if you've got your iPhone here, maybe you want to do the iPad or your MacBook or some laptop. You can use that plug there. So it's very convenient. Even when you go upgraded one more step, which is what will come on the Travato and the full-size Solis, you do get wireless charging. These are not going to have that unless I guess you get some one-off chassis or something like that. Tons of cup holders, tons of space just to put knickknacks. I know you're not using road maps, but just to put stuff like sunflower seeds or, I don't know, glasses as well would fit perfectly there. Yeah, very, very comfortable chassis. Again, the overall size of this is less than 20 feet. You can put it wherever you want it. Anybody can drive this, and it's got a total of 7 seat belts in it, so you can move a lot of people in comfort. All right, guys, so this was a 2026 Winnebago Solis 59P. It's a floor plan that I really, really like. I was really happy when our rep told us that he had one available for us to take, just because we haven't had one for a minute, but I think it's really comfortable. It's a great way to travel with folks. I did not mention, but we do have the Luna bed in here as well, so you could sleep a third person in here very comfortably. Like I said, you can ride tons of people in here, whether they're gonna be buckled up or not. You have 7 seats in here, including the 2 there in the front, so super comfortable. Am I doing bad math? No, that's 7. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about any pricing or any current availability, definitely check out the link below. Look at our website. If you have any questions, give me a call. I'd love to help. And as always, enjoy the journey.